We're back. This is the Slightly Daily Podcast. It feels very weird for a multitude of reasons. I'll just start surface level. This thing is really loud. It's kind of nice, but it's pretty loud. Oh, it's because it's on 100. Okay. Feels kind of weird. Surface level, one, because I haven't done a solo podcast in, I don't know, let's actually see. I know maybe one time since I've been back, since we moved into this studio. Let's see. I'm scrolling. Let's see. Yeah, literally a year ago. On August 16th, almost to the year. So that's actually kind of crazy. Anyway, feels kind of weird. I'm trying to get my footing back into the podcast game, but I wanted to come back before I had any guests on again, before I really got the content back rolling again. I kind of wanted to kind of have a see how many times I can say kinda in this episode. But I wanted to have a short little update. This is not going to be that entertaining. I understand that. But this is going to be for the people who are kind of like, where have you been? Did you finally give up on the podcast? My haters, this is really for you. For the people out there who were like, oh my God, can this guy get off of my effing feed? Finally. So the last episode we did was 3 months ago, which seems like an eternity. Is Drake or Kendrick winning? Can white people talk about rap? That was the last video we did on May 5th. So May 5th, let's go back to May 5th and we'll kind of just go to August 21st. So May 5th, for those of you who don't know, I had a child. May 24th, my first child. So May 5th was about the time that I sort of dropped everything and started gearing up to have a baby. All of my energy has been focused on that since then, of course, and it will be till the end of time. But I have a few things that I want to speak on about parenthood. So wait till the end, if I remember. May 5th was pretty much dropped everything. It was like, okay, I'm going to drop this, and then it's time to have a baby. So I have a child in May. Without going into a ton of details, was away from home for a little bit longer than we intended to be. It was pretty stressful. Everything is good now. Everything is gravy. Baby is healthy. Mother, Mylena, is healthy as well. Everything is great. So that's May. Basically, so let's just say June was really just working and trying to find a routine and be a father. So time was hard to come by with the pod. And for the select few of you who actually tune in like every time there's a drop or a post, I'm sure you can notice that there has definitely been sort of a decline in the production, like productivity of like the volume of episodes throughout the last, I would say, year or two, which is crazy that I can even say that, because in October, I believe, will be, this is wild, 5 years since I started this podcast. And this is technically, since I number all of the pods, this will be episode number 171. 171 episodes in 5 years. Do the math on that. I'm not sure. It's not one a week. I know that. So that's kind of what I'm getting at. So that's kind of where I've been this summer. I was away, learning how to be a dad. Where do I want to go next? Let's see. It's been a tough. Let me just say this: I've had a lot going on. I've kind of had to put put a lot of things to the side and focus on things that are important as of late. And you guys could definitely understand that. So, learning how to be a dad, going back to work, mom getting back to work, trying to figure out our routine, trying to get everyone back to the, we're trying to figure out a routine, and I think I'm just going to leave it at that. So, especially because, let me just say this real quick. When you have a child, it's definitely about the baby itself is very important, but you can't forget about the mom too. So you got to take care of the mom just as much as the baby at the same time. So as the daddy was very, very time consuming, but for good reasons, and it's what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. So fatherhood, my baby is almost three months now. Doing great. Everything is doing great. And then, so I would say end of July, my grandmother passed away on top of this. So just for those of you who have had, and I don't want to go too far, I'm not trying to I want this to be very quick and short and to the point, kind of just a, hey, where you been, Slight? But, so have a child. I'm at the highest, once we were home and getting established, I'm feeling very high, feeling very joyful, and kind of getting used to all this stuff. And then my grandmother passes away, unfortunately. It's really tough because now both my grandparents have passed away. I mean, there's not really much else I can say. If you know, you know. I mean, you can kind of see where I'm going with this. It's been really tough on top of all of this. It's just been real tough to before with having the child, it was tough finding the time to do this type of stuff. Then when my grandmother passed away, it was tough to find the energy to do this type of stuff, even though that I had established a good flow with work, life balance, that type of thing, coming back into reality because I had so I'm back though. I'm trying to stay on one track here. I mean, obviously, the obvious is, yes, I am upset. I will always be upset that my grandmother isn't here anymore. But again, I'm trying to stay very surface level with all this stuff because I don't want this to be too long, and two, it's not very entertaining. But I appreciate you guys, and I kind of want this to be a moment in time, how do I put this? A marker in my life to maybe starting a new season or a new chapter of the pod. If you've been watching since 2019, the fall of 2019, when we started this, me and Connor in that bedroom, you've seen different seasons, you've seen different chapters, you've seen different, people, you've seen different conversations, the evolution of this podcast. Now, I'm 28 years old. I started this podcast when I was 23. I'm obviously a different person now. I have a baby. Life has changed a lot. Like I said, we're at 10 minutes, just about 10 minutes now. Yeah. So that's where I've been this summer. It's definitely the longest I've ever been away from the pod. Yeah, the YouTube channel, I would say, because let's see. I mean, 2017 was when I started really posting. I was doing music, 2016 and on. Pod is going to, I say all this to say, I've been away for a while. I've had a lot going on. It's been at times it's been very rough. And I'm just really thankful. I think the words, I'm just trying to talk myself out of this. Okay. Talk myself in circles until I can find a direction of what I'm saying, because there is a lot that I can say or that I want to say, but it's hard to say sometimes. But, I say all this to say, I'm just really thankful for the people I have in my life. My girlfriend, Parker, my roommate, my baby, my mother, my other friends, DJ, and all the people around me who have, whether they knew it or not, helped me and supported me, kept my head straight through the last few months, because it's tough when someone passes away in your family, obviously, but it's also tough in a different way being a new dad. And there's a lot that comes with that, and I'll just kind of leave it at that. So there's that. There's the foundation. That's the bulk of what this pod is going to be. I don't want this to be over 20 minutes, but moving on to kind of the back end of this. Podcast is coming back more consistently. I really want that to happen. I think this ties into, so the statement I just made and the kind of hesitancy I had is it can be challenging at times to commit to something like this. It can be, because, I mean, let's be honest, this is purely for sport and purely for hobby. But it's fun, and I love doing this, and I love spreading I love being entertaining. I love providing entertainment for people, whether I'm hosting the entertainment, or I'm the entertainment, or whatever. I love that this platform has the ability to do that. So podcasts are coming back regularly as possible. The second tier of that, let me kind of digress a little bit. Shout out to DJ. I'm 28, man. It's hard to find time for this type of stuff, to be real. No, let me take that back. It's hard sometimes to schedule collaborations. That's the best way I can put it. So yeah. Pods are coming back. I've got some ideas in the works. Shout out to my friend Monte. He hasn't been on in a couple years actually. Which is, again, crazy that I can say that. Monte's going to do some stuff. I'm going to try and get more regularly scheduled programming. I feel excited about this. This has been, again, like I said, I think God threw a lot at me this summer, and I feel like I've grown a lot since May. Since pretty much when that last podcast came out. I feel like I have grown a lot in the last few months. And two final things. I got one thing I want to say. I had two people, my friend Hell Yeah and my friend Sean Huber. I hope you guys can hear this and listen to this. I hope you guys have made it this far if you even clicked on this. My apologies for inadvertently blowing you guys off. Hopefully what I said at the beginning will kind of explain where I've been at. I haven't had time. I haven't had energy. Yeah, I feel bad for like blowing you guys off in a way. It wasn't intentional. I still want to collaborate with you guys, so I'll just leave it at that. But hopefully we can reconnect in the near future. There's no, for the people who are like, what the hell's going on? There's no like beef. Like there's no like animosity between anybody. But I haven't clicked on my camera or opened my laptop in a long time. So like it's been a long time. I had files on here from the last episode in May. So completely final thing is I have been working on some music again. I'm working on a project. I'm working on a new sound. I'm trying to find my new sound. Parker's awesome for wanting to. He's just so talented, and for wanting to help me out and help me find my sound, because if any Parker could get paid for this shit, let me just say that. But yeah, so this is episode 171 of the Slightly Daily Podcast. That's about all I got. There's a quick little update of the summer. Fall's coming up soon. What the hell else is there going to be to do besides sit inside and do a podcast, while it's cold, getting cold and stuff? Football season coming up. Football conversations, music. Me and Parker have so many music conversations that we need to have. Esports conversations that we need to have. Cultural conversations that probably need to be had in some capacity. What the hell else was I gonna say? Oh, fun concepts for pods coming soon. And if you have any suggestions on what you guys want us to talk about, what kind of things you want us to do or guess, please comment. Just reach out to me. If you're watching this, you know who I am personally, and you know how to find me. So, boom.